What's up, y'all? If y'all don't know me already, my name is TruthOTW. Am a two-time clothing brand owner, and I've had my brand for about 2 years now. I'm gonna put it up on the screen, and this will be 15 minutes of game, so you don't mess up your next job. We're gonna get straight into it. Let's go.
Pretty girls from Miami already. Put your heart in my hands, it's heavy. I can't kick it like Leonard Messi. Fell in love with this girl, she from Texas.
A lot of times what people don't realize when starting a clothing brand is that it really is not a slow process. It's not a fast process. Like, you can't just expect to get in the game and just immediately sell out of every drop that you make. That's not how it works. You always have to be methodical and logical about your drops, because at the end of the day, this isn't, although it seems like something small, like, oh, I'm just making clothes and selling them, this is a very important thing. Like, realistically, this is a business. Like, this is a literal business that you're starting, and you have to come into it with that business mindset of, okay, I'm dealing with finances, I'm dealing with other people, I'm dealing with customers. I have a whole bunch of different relationships going on with these people, with manufacturers, with customers, with, customer support, etc., etc. You have all these different relationships going out, and you need to be prepared. And especially when starting your drop, since people think it's like a minor thing to just make clothes and sell them, one thing that I would recommend you do best is always plan ahead, because, like, I know with me, I had a drop about last October and it flunked. I expected to sell out within the first week. It took me like 5 months to sell out 30 hoodies. So I already entered into it with the wrong mindset of, like, okay, I'm gonna easily sell out. 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna sell out until like a few months after your first drop. The only way you're gonna sell out, like, in the first week is if, like, you do the most marketing and you have a good customer base, or you have a good following that's able to buy from your products. Other than that, it's gonna take a little minute before you actually get to sell out of your products. So with that being said, you have to realize that you have to plan things out. Like, you can't just step into it thinking, okay, I'm gonna do this. No. So what I would recommend best is, for my next drop, for example, I'm dropping after the summer, which is it's a hoodie drop. So already planning ahead, I've already started promoting in like spring and summer. I really started promoting last winter, for real, but I'm starting to promote like seasons ahead. That way people are already on standby of, like, okay, when the fall time comes, I'm gonna be ready to immediately go to his drop first, because why? That's what I've been seeing the longest. So you have to always plan ahead. So if you're gonna do 3 months, I recommend you do at least minimum for your first drop when you're first starting, is you do at least a minimum of 3 months of marketing. That's 3 consecutive solid months of you posting on TikTok, posting on Instagram Reels, posting on YouTube, whatever it is that you're doing. 3 consecutive months of you just consistently posting and putting your brand out there as much as you possibly can. Now, that's what the mistake that I made at the beginning. I think I only did only a month of really good marketing, but I didn't do enough to where I can easily sell out like that. And that's as if you want to sell out. You have to do at least a minimum of 3 months marketing, and already have in mind, like, the numbers that you're gonna pull in. Like, how long do you think it's gonna take for you to sell out? How many pieces are you getting? What are the prices for the manufacturer? Are you doing a bulk order, or are you doing a pre-order drop? Are you, like, all these other things? You have to know all of these things before you're starting into the game, because that's the only way you're gonna be able to successfully achieve things with your brand. Like, you can't just go based off of feelings. You can't go based off of emotions. You can't go based off of just pure whimsy. Like, you have to have everything planned out. It's a very strategic battlefield, and you have to be ready to step upon that when you're starting a brand. Simple as that. Now, a lot of people get discouraged when they hear that, because it's like, oh, I thought I could just make clothes and things would be okay. Absolutely not. A lot of times when people have that mindset, they end up wasting thousands of dollars on things that they could have avoided if they just planned out, wrote down everything that they needed to write. And for me, they'd have gotten way farther than just waking up one day, oh, I'm gonna make this cool design on Procreate and I'm gonna just make a whole bunch of sales from it. Yay. It's not how it works, bro. You got to do better. And I used to have that problem, but now it's a completely different mindset. Like my last job, for example, I'm always going to use this last job because I made a story time of how I lost over a band on that. So that's another thing too. You can't be quick to rush things. Like, you have to take your time, and you have to, think. It goes based off of you. Although I said this is a very strategic and methodical business plan, it goes based upon you. Why? Because you're the CEO, you're the owner, you're the one who creates everything. with that being said, you can't be forced to rush drops when they're not going to do that much in revenue. They're not going to bring that much sales in. They're not going to. It's more of a risk than it is a gain, because you're thinking, oh, I have to drop this or people won't buy it. People are telling me to buy it. My friends are telling me to drop it now, so they're going to buy it and I'm just going to immediately sell out. No. But 9 times out of 10, the people that's telling you to drop are not the ones that's going to buy it. There's going to be people all the way across the country that's going to buy your product before your friend that you went to school with in high school is going to buy it. That's just the simple truth. That's the realistic truth. It's a sad truth. So you can't be rushing the drops neither, because I did a pre-made drop. Now I'm leaning more towards the pre-order drops now. If y'all don't know the difference, I made a video on that. Y'all can watch that as well. But I showed the difference between pre-made and pre-order. And from my experience, pre-made I've had bad experience with. I haven't really tried the pre-order method in the full sense. Like, I've tried like trials and errors, but I haven't tried like a full action of the pre-order method, which I will be trying, and y'all can watch that process as I go along as well too. So like, okay, I don't like what he did here, I could have done this better, or I should do this better, etc., etc. But with my last drop, I kind of felt rushed to drop. Like, I was posting on TikTok, I was posting on Instagram, OD, and people were in my comments, oh, hard, tough, fire emoji. Whole time, the same ones that I was pressing that had no money to buy, and I didn't get not one sale from them. I had girls literally telling me like, yo, save one of these for me, I'm gonna buy one. I think their hoodies are so tough, they're fire. Same girl that I seen 2 weeks ago talking about, oh, how'd the drop go? Obviously, you wouldn't know because you didn't support it or you didn't buy it. But, I mean, that's the sad truth. Like I said, you can't be quick to rush out things. You have to have at least a 90% chance of like a foolproof, okay, this is going to sell out regardless, no matter the situation. By doing that, like I said, you take that marketing into play, you take that word of mouth into play, and you take just the quality of the designs into play. Like, a lot of people don't realize that quality beats like a lot of the other things. Like, if your brand is like a quality stand up, like a very like, you know, business, like a lot of these brands are really just like, you're created like, you know, they just like Dollar Tree brands. But like, if you really have like a solid business plan and like a solid like foundation for your brand and where you want your brand to go, you're gonna get so far, I'm telling you. So always take that into mind as well, because you don't want to feel, like I say, you don't want to feel like you're getting rushed into doing these things because, oh, people are telling you fire emoji. And then that's another thing as well. With these people that's telling you fire emoji, 9 times out of 10, they just saying it because they either know you or they like the design. And they can like the design, but a lot of the things, or a lot of the problems that I see going on now with these clothing brands is that they're not original. And you really need to be original. Because like there's so much fake Hailstar brands, there's so much fake Spider brands, there's so much fake like 10th series like clothing brands. Like, it's just so much copycat brands out here, and to be honest, I don't even think that it's intentional. I really don't think it's intentional, because if it was intentional, let's be real, like, then it'd be automatic lawsuit. But a lot of times when people have these creative splurges, I watched in a video, basically it just says, try, like, when you're in a space of like, okay, I'm gonna be creative, 9 times out of 10, the first thing that's gonna come up in your mind is a recollection of a design that you already seen, and you're just gonna put your own twist on it. That's acceptable, but the more that you think about it, it's gonna look more like the design that you replicated. It's gonna look more like the design that you've seen. So it's not even gonna be your design no more. You're gonna be thinking, oh, this is a cool design. Whole time, this is like literally somebody else's design. So with that being said, like, you have to be original. You have to have your own spin on things. That's why it's important when creating your brand name and creating your brand meaning, people have like a good reason, or people have like a good, like, or you yourself as the brand owner have a good message behind it, like a good reason for why people should be buying your products. With that being said, you know, you always have to have that sort of mindset when coming to these things. Now, although I know I said a lot in that 9-10 minutes, however long it was, but one thing that I also realized is that you have to stay motivated. Like, you can't get discouraged just because you see another brand going up faster than you would want to, going up faster than you think you should be. You can't get discouraged by that, because a lot of people have, like, I don't know if you've heard this, you probably have, or like whether your mother, your grandma told you, whatever it is, but I'm sure you've heard the saying, when it's your time, it's your time. Like, that's something that I live by. Like, I used to get so caught up in watching other people get, whether that's fancy shoes, whether that's clothes, whether that's like Xbox, PlayStation, like whatever it is. Like I used to be watching people like, dang, why don't I have that? And really, realistically, like a few months to a year later, like I'll get it way better. Like what I'll have is like way more up to speed than what they have. So it's really, when it's your time, it's your time. You can't be dwelling upon what everybody else has. When you really get to, it throws your self progression off course, because your energy is put towards, okay, their brand is going up, wonder what they did, why is my brand not going up, my designs are better, when whole time they put in actual work, they put in time, they put in the hours, they put in the actual dedication to making their brand be to where it is right now. You can't be jealous over them. You should really be taking that as motivation and saying, okay, I like where they're going, I see where they went, I'm gonna try my very absolute hardest to get to where they are right now. So we can all, it's enough room in this clothing brand space for all of us. Like it's never gonna get clouded. Like it's enough room in here for all of us, realistically. So you have to stay motivated. You have to keep going, and you can't be discouraged, bro. Like you can't. Like I said, you be seeing people, they brands popping off and stuff, and you look at yours like, oh dang, is my brand's not worthy enough? Do I need to work on something? 9 times out of 10, yeah, you do need to work on something more, but you can't be in a place where it's like, oh my god, my brand sucks, what am I gonna do? Like, bro, it's not like, that's not gonna help anybody. Definitely not your brand or yourself or your mental health, because you thinking, oh, what did I do something wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. You just don't know. You always have to be in a learning position. You can't suffice to just not knowing. You always have to know. You have to know something. You have to know. You always have to be learning something. You always have to be taking in more knowledge than you are trying to spit knowledge. Like I'm telling y'all this right now, but this is all from trial and error, the mistakes that I've made myself. And I'm telling you, I have the validity to tell you, or the validity to tell you all, because I've done these things, bro. Like I'm not just an outsider looking in from the brand perspective. Like I literally have a brand. Like I made these mistakes that I'm telling you not to make. So you always have to be in a learning mindset. You can't act like you know everything, because when you think you know everything, the things that you do know is gonna fall away from you. It's gonna slip away from you. And then you're gonna be like, oh, I thought I knew that. You don't. And what you thought you knew is not what you know. So, you just have to keep that mindset. You have to keep that mindset. And then, okay. And the last thing I will say, bro, is just like, always, like, be in a creative space. Like, whether you're a brand owner, whether you're just an entrepreneur of any kind, whether you have whether you're a musician, whether you're whatever it is, bro, always be creative. A lot of times we get caught up in our phones, bro. Our phone, like this right here, bro, this right here is that's our biggest weapon. That's our biggest weapon. That's like, we're killing ourselves by being on our phone constantly so much. Like, we're killing our creative juices because we always scrolling, looking at things, and they're not positive things neither. We looking at just Blueface's baby mama make songs with Lil Mabu and stuff. Like, we're not taking control of our time the way we're supposed to take control of it. So that's a problem. We need to stop that, and we need to really take control of our creative juices and take control of our creative abilities in order to be able to be like, okay, feel me? I'm creative. Let's be creative. I'm a brand owner. I'm going to be a brand owner. I'm going to be the best brand owner there possibly is. And I'm going to make sure that my brand is the number one brand. And I'm going to make sure that I don't just drop it and leave it like a pipe dream. Because if it's a pipe dream, bro, what was the point of you even starting? I got 2 more channels, so y'all tap in with that. It's Truth on the Way 2 and Truth on the Way Archives. I'm going to put them up here. Y'all HWPO, we lit, and make your brand great. Let's go.